Okay, quiz review. Good, I can write on this. I want to make sure. Let's see. Need it a little thinner. Okay, first off, another name for segment BJ. So the first thing I'm going to notice is D is out. That's a line. No way that can be right. I need to go from B to J. OB, that's just this section, not long enough. OJ, just this section. It's going to be JB. Remember, we can turn the letters around for a segment name. And it's going to be answer C there. For number 2, we're looking for another name for Ray BJ. Let me get my pen turned back on here. Ray BJ. So we have to have the same endpoint. I need to change my thickness. I changed it on the last one. Same endpoint. And go down same line in the same direction, of course. So I got to have the BJ, so I have to have, it's going to be B there. That really means there's only one possible choice. Here's BJ. It's going down this way. It's got to be that line. Let's swap colors here. If I'm doing BO, I start at B. I go through O. You can see I'm just overlapping that line, so it's BO. There's our answer. So 2 different planes that contain, darn it, I forgot to turn the pen on. I thought I did. DH, line DH. That's this segment right here. I recommend front, back, left, right, top, bottom. This is the front and the right plane, okay? And so are the planes that contain that. So I look at the names here. FBC, that's the back plane. That's not going to work. I don't even have to check ADC because that problem's not going to work. ADE is, that's my front plane, so that's looking good. FBC, that's my back plane, so that one doesn't work. So I know I have to have this ADE in it. Now let's check ADC, that's my top plane. So that's not going to work. So I'm pretty much left with D, plane ADE, AD and E. Those are in the front. That's the front plane. C, G, and H. Those are in my right plane. There it is. Answer D. A few different ways you can do this one here. So first off, you can estimate 5 to 7. That's about 2. The only one that's really about 2 is answer C. What they really want you to do here is say, oh, this is about 6.9 for N. For M, it's about 5 or 5.0 for M. 6.9 minus 5.0, that's 1.9. We do the absolute value to make sure it's positive 1.9. There's our answer C. Number 5, yeah, you can just add 12 plus 20 to get the answer. Practice writing the equations. Think, oh, AC That's segment AB plus BC. That's what will help you the most in this class. And then we want to find AC is what we're looking for. So I'm just going to leave the AC in there, put what I have for the other ones. And it's that same approach. It's always just put in the numbers that you have, use your algebra to solve it. AC is equal to 32. We got our answer there, and we move on. Same approach here. Now the pen was working a second ago. I don't get this all the time. AC equals AB plus BC. 41 equals AB plus 29 minus 29. Use your equations. Equals AB. There's my answer. I was finding AB there. But write these equations. These are going to help you a lot when you get on those problems where you have x's in there and you can't just do a simple arithmetic to get the answer, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division for arithmetic. Practice setting up those equations. Okay, this one's a little different. I'm told there's a bisector. I'm not going to be adding this one up to something. I've got a bisector here. Okay, that means these segments are congruent. M is the midpoint. It's the bisector. AM, BM have to be congruent. So 4x plus 1 equals 7x minus 35. Use your algebra skills. That was the subtraction property of equality, addition property of equality. 36 equals 3x, division property of equality. There's my answer. So I get x is 12, but they're asking find BM. Make sure that you're going to do that. So M's my midpoint. It's not line M. M is my midpoint. Identify the segment bisector. That's a midpoint. It's M. It's not BM equals 12. It's not this one. It's going to have to end up being A, because I got to put that in. That's going to be BM equals 7x minus 35. That's 7 times 12 minus 35. That's 84 minus 35, which gives me 49. Be careful. That's one designed to trick you a little bit and catch you not paying attention. Make sure you remember, I shouldn't have circled this. Let's get rid of that. That you get BM and not just X in there. We'll all make that mistake, including me in front of you this year. So find your midpoint. Why does it do that on that first one all the time? Find your midpoint M. Remember, M is the mean of the X's over the mean of the Y's. Okay, so X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Label these kids. It will help on other problems too. Make sure you don't mess up. So M equals -3 plus 7. That's X1 plus X2. Y1 is 0 plus a -8. All over 2. I don't even really need this equal sign. It's just M is this. We're just naming this really. 4 over 2, -8 over 2. So M is going to be 2, -4. And that's this answer right there. This one's different on the honors. There's one other one that's different too. I can't remember. So on this one, remember it's going to end up being our distance in miles is going to equal our scale times our distance formula, which is just going to give us the distance on the grid. So you got to remember distance equals square root, x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared, x2, y2, x1, y1. So my first distance, I'm going to get square root x2 minus x1, negative 4 minus negative 10 squared plus 10 minus negative 1 squared Remember, minus the negatives plus a positive, your keep change change. So that's going to be 6 squared plus 11 squared. You can put those in parentheses. You don't have to have the parentheses because there's no negatives, nothing else in the parentheses. So this is 36 plus 121, which is square root of 157. Then to get my distance in miles, I'm going to do 1.55 times the square root of 157. Don't round this number. It'll cause you to make a mistake. You'll get away with it on this problem. You might not get away with it on others. But you just go into your calculator, multiply this out. Let's just get this up here quick. Calculator, 1.55 times square root 157. Close those parentheses. 19.42 is what I'm getting there. 19.4. Okay, and I got to go back to this, and I got a 19.4. That's rounded miles. That's right there. Hope that helps. Have a good morning.